Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather. I am a styling, skincare, hair care, self-care enthusiast. I don't have any training in anything. I just like sharing what I know with people. Sometimes I have family and friends ask me my opinion on how to do different things in those realms, and so I just wanted to share with the YouTube channel. So what I wanted to do today is do a very easy 5-minute makeup tutorial, and I'm sure that this video is going to be longer than 5 minutes, but I promise the makeup steps will only be about 5 minutes. So first of all, nobody needs to wear makeup. Just want to get that out there. Makeup is supposed to be fun, a way for self-expression, maybe a way to make yourself feel a little bit better, but nobody needs to wear it. I don't care if you're in a customer-facing job. I don't care if you're a movie star. No, nobody actually needs it. So, yeah, this is just to help, people that want to put a little something on their face, maybe just, enhance the things they want to enhance and maybe sort of detract from the things they want to detract from, because everybody has those things that, it's not their favorite thing about themselves. So I'm going to start out with this item here. So this is the Miracle Balm from Jones Road. I did a little bit of a review on this in one of my previous videos. And so this color is called Au Naturel. And this is meant to just be sort of like a primer, as well as blur your pores and give a little bit of a glow. And so, as I mentioned in my review, it's a little hard to tell exactly what this does. There are some products that I have that are like that. I like the process of putting them on, and I like to think that they're making some kind of a difference, but I'm not 100% sure they actually do. So I have a few products like this. I do know, though, that this product makes my skin very, very soft, and it dries very quickly. It gets absorbed very quickly. It also comes in a bunch of other colors as well. This is supposed to be like clear, and they have some bronzy colors and some rosier colors. So I really just like putting this on. Already today I've also put on moisturizer and sunscreen in that order, by the way. Sunblock should always be the last thing that you put on your face before you start your makeup routine. So that's the first thing that I did. If you want to use something similar, of course you can get the same product, but you might want to try something maybe like a primer. And if you want a little bit more coverage than what I'm going to do today, something like a BB cream or a CC cream might work. I know CC stands for Color and Correct. I kind of forget what BB cream means, but basically what it is a tinted moisturizer. And so it'll kind of even things out, but it doesn't really look like you're wearing a lot of makeup. There's also some items out now that are actually color correcting. More than a CC cream would be. And the one that's coming to mind is the Cicapair cream from Dr. Jart. And so when you look at this stuff, it's actually green in the container because it's meant to counteract the redness that's in your skin. So if you have a little bit of rosacea, or like me, you're just very pink a lot of the time, that Dr. Jart product is really great at neutralizing that redness. So what I'm going to do today for my skin for this 5 minutes is use my Hide Concealer. So when you're picking a concealer for your skin, there's a couple of things to consider. So you should know if your skin tone is warm or if it's cool. And the reason for that is because you have to actually go with the tones that are in your skin, because if you use the wrong stuff, it's actually going to make you look a little sick as opposed to sort of being glowy. So one of the ways to do that is to look at the veins in your wrist. So if your veins are kind of blue, then you're going to be that cooler skin tone. If they're mostly green, then you're going to be the warmer skin tone. If you have a mix, which I do, I also have purple in here as well, which is cooler too. Then if it's a mix, then you're going to be neutral. So I have a lot of pink in my skin, but I actually have a lot of yellow in my skin as well. I can tan, I just don't because it's not good for you. But yeah, so my skin I think is neutral. So the color I got in this Hide Concealer is the absolute lightest color they make. It's called Linen. Another color that I use for concealer is Affogato, which is a neutral concealer from NARS. It's their Radiant Creamy Concealer, which is a little bit of a lighter texture. So this Hide Concealer is pretty full coverage. If you want something that's less full coverage, then I think the NARS is a great option. I know e.l.f. makes some really affordable stuff. There's a Maybelline Age Eraser, I believe, or like Line Eraser concealer. It has like a little poofy sponge on the end to apply it. That's really popular as well. That's at the drugstores, less than $10. This guy, I believe, was like $28 with shipping. So I don't even need to use the doe foot. I just come over here and I just do that. So I'm gonna color up these things under my eyes because I hate them. They are hereditary. They're here all the time, and it doesn't seem to matter what I do. They are just here. So this is one of the things that I am a little self-conscious about, is my under eye area. And so it's good when you're trying to cover something up to not just rub like what I'm doing, but dab like this, because the dabbing is going to help diffuse the color but it's not going to spread it all over the place. So this is a particularly good technique when you have a blemish that you'd like to cover up. So if you're doing this dragging motion like I'm doing here, just to try to cover my, red nose, then that's not actually it's just gonna drag all over the place on your blemish. For blemishes, you really want to dot to make sure that you're blotting the concealer in as opposed to rubbing it in. So it really depends on what you'd like to cover there. But this is good enough for me, right? I still want my skin texture to shine through. I don't think these things under my eyes are ever going to be fully concealed, especially because of the shape of my cheeks and the shape of my eyes. But this is good for me. So that is my concealing face step. Okay, so the next step that we're gonna do, what's the next step I wanna do? I'm gonna use a highlighter. So this highlighter stick here, this is from Lord & Berry, which is a company that's sold off of, I wanna say Birchbox. And so highlighters are cool because there's highlighting and contouring kind of go together. And the idea is that you're trying to bring light to the places your face normally has light on it, and more shadow to the places where you sort of want things to be more recessed. So I'll do an easy contouring video someday, but I certainly don't do that every day. But basically the idea is to contour, you do like a 3 on the side of your face, like this. You can also contour the side of your nose, and there's a couple of other places. So if you make those places sort of recess, then you're gonna get some more, your face is gonna reflect more of the European standards of beauty that a lot of people are trying to emulate right now. So putting contour here is gonna make your cheeks a little bit more hollow. That's what it's gonna look like anyway. Under here is going to conceal, give you a better jawline and conceal any sort of neck fat that you have. I have this fun pad under here that's hereditary from my mother. Thank you. And up here is also going to make, your face a little bit slimmer because the oval face is, I think, really popular, as well as heart-shaped faces as well. So there's a lot of different ways to do that. I feel like highlighter is a little less, you have to be less precise, right? It's a little bit more user-friendly. So where I like to put highlighter is under here, under my eyebrow. You see how it just like brings more light like that? It's actually kind of difficult for me to find a highlighter that I really like because my skin is so fair. And so some of them look too yellow, some of them look too pink. This one is really great for me personally. It's in the color, it's a luminizer stick, number 1152. It's called Moon. So this is a big place I put it. To bring more attention to your eyes, you can put just a little bit on your tear duct here. Like that, just a tiny bit. Remember, dotting. Also, I'm using my ring finger for a lot of this. Your ring finger is your weakest finger, so it's really good to use around the skin around your eyes and the skin around your mouth because that's the weakest skin that you have on your body. So you're less likely to push too hard if you use your ring finger. So I like to put a little highlighter here. Blend, blend, blend. Another thing to be careful about with highlighters is that you don't get one that's too glittery, because glitter is really, so the idea with this is this 5-minute face, it's meant to be pretty natural and just elevate the things that you already have. And so glitter on the face is not the most natural thing in the world. It's a great thing to have, it's fun, but if that's the look that you're going for, then you might not want glitter in your highlighter. So this one is much more shimmery than glittery. So those are the main places I like to put it. You can also put a little bit right here on your Cupid's bow, which helps to bring out the shape of the lips. But I don't do that one that much. There's even a trend right now. People put a little highlighter right here on the end of their nose. And I'm not really sure what that trend is about. It can look really odd if you don't do it quite right. So so if you put the highlighter here, this is going to help the light reflect, the middle of your nose. And so it's going to slim your nose a little bit because the eye is drawn to the middle of your nose. That's the idea anyway. But yeah, so really on the cheeks, under the brows, and here in the inner corner of the eye, I think those are the best places to put that highlighter. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch up my brows a little bit. So I have a video of me dyeing my eyebrows, which was really great. I really don't touch my brows that much in the morning. The only thing I do every day is I use concealer. That's the only thing on those eye things because I'm self-conscious about them. So, but if I want my eyebrows to be a little bit more kempt, I don't know. I'm going to use my eyebrow mascara and I'm just going to make the hairs kind of go where I want them to go. And so if you brush your hairs up like I just did, so we just went up and over, it's going to make your eyebrows look a little bit fuller. And also you can even see like it sort of looks like my eye is lifted a little bit because my eyebrow is like higher now. So it's a bit of a natural eye lift if you just make the brow hairs go a little bit up. And then the tails of my brows have never been super thick, so I just like to put mascara on there. Or at least you can't really see the hairs that much. So even that, I think just doing that really made a big difference in my face. I'm not trying to deposit a ton of color, except maybe on the tails a little bit. I was really wanting to make sure that the hairs go where I want them to go. And also by putting the highlighter on first, you ensure that you don't have highlighter on your brow hairs. You can just use your brow mascara to make sure that the color, you know, the eyebrows are the color you want them to be, and then the highlighter is the color you want it to be. So this is NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in number 2. The color is called Chocolate. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is probably the scariest thing out of everything I'm gonna show you guys. This, if you wanna omit this step, again, you can omit any of the steps. None of this is necessary, but I really like doing this for myself. So I have this Urban Decay. It is a waterline pencil. So what the waterline is when you lift up your eyelashes like this, you see that white line or pinkish whitish, whatever it is, that is your waterline. And so if you put shadow or if you put eyeliner on that waterline, what it does is it kind of fills in the little natural gaps that everybody has in between their eyelashes. And it sort of makes you look like you're wearing eyeliner, but like you're kind of wearing eyeliner, you're kind of not. It's not super obvious that you're wearing eyeliner. And that's one of the goals that I have for my makeup, is that really, like, I just want people to be able to tell I'm wearing mascara, and like that's it. So this can be a little scary, so if you don't want to do it, that's totally cool, but I'm going to show you how I do it. So I have pretty long eyelashes, so I take my finger and I do this, come over, and we just draw. It's going to feel very weird. Your eyes might water. That's okay. All right, so one eye is done. So I don't know if you can tell. I can certainly tell that like this eye is a little bit darker on the top than this one is, right? That's what the waterline pencil does. So we lift this up and we draw on the waterline. I don't know why the left eye is usually easier. So there we go. We're done with the waterline. And you might have seen that like it was still a little bit dark on the waterline when, that's from the last time I did it, because you really only have to do this once a week. It's a waterproof pencil. It's supposed to stay there. So you want to take your makeup off every day, but like you don't clean your waterline, you know? So it's easy for it to just kind of hang out there, and you only need to do this once in a while. So this pencil lasts you forever unless you use your sharpener and accidentally chew it up, which is what happened in my last one. So, so there's that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some eyeshadow product. So if you're using like a little bit more eyeshadow, it's actually good to put concealer on your eyes here. You know, if you really want to smooth things out and have like a blank canvas, because a lot of people, your eyelids are going to naturally have some color on them. And so if you want to kind of get rid of that color, you want to negate that color, it's good to put concealer on it. But what I want to do is I want to bring out that color. So my eyes are green, so I have like a pinkish purplish tint here on top of my eyelids. So again, we have to think about some color theory, right? So I didn't mention this before, but with your concealers, if you want to cover up redness, you have to use green because the green counteracts the redness. You might see some primer products that have a lot of pink in them. So the pink brings out the rosiness in your skin. You might see some that have a lot of gold in them. Those are for warmer skin tone people or neutral people to bring out the golden tones in their skin. So you have to think about which color is going to cancel out what you're doing. Even for these under eye things, if you're a person of color and you're a little bit more darkly complected, I've actually seen YouTube tutorials that are really cool where people put on red lipstick, like brick red lipstick under their eyes here because they have dark eye bags, and it cancels out the color enough that when you put your regular color foundation or concealer on top, it's completely gone. It's really cool. It cancels out the color so that you can put the color you want on top of it. And it looks crazy when you first see it, but it's really awesome. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. So on here, on my eyelids, they're naturally pinky purple. So I went into Sephora and I said, I want a color for my eyelids that's a little bit just punchier than what's already there on my eyelids. And so what they ended up suggesting to me is this Milk Makeup, which is actually a lipstick. So I just take this lipstick and I do this. And so this is very imprecise, as you can see. Using my ring finger to bleed it out a little bit. And there we go. There's my eye color. So I like it. It's just a little something. That's what this whole makeup tutorial is. It's just a little something, right? Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, we only have a couple more steps left, is I'm going to curl my eyelashes. So I think curling your eyelashes is a great way to wake up your face, even if you're not going to wear mascara. And this, I know this can be kind of a scary implement here, but what you do is you take your eyelash curler, you put your eyelashes in there and squeeze. So make sure you don't get too close to your eyelid, because otherwise you'll pinch your eyelid and that will hurt. And you can see it gets all nice and fanned out like this. And it's good to do one at the base of your lashes, one squeeze, and then one squeeze at the end, because that curls them even more. There we go. So you see how much more open this eye looks than this one? All right. Little squeeze and little squeeze. Okay, so there we are. Eyelashes are curled. So now the next step, we only have 2 steps left, I promise, almost done. Next step's gonna be mascara. So we have this Too Faced mascara. I really like this mascara. I've seen some mascaras lately that are like, they make your lashes really wet looking and really spindly and like they're kind of stuck together. And I'm like, that's not what I want. I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. I want something that really fans them out and makes them look like flush and natural and soft, not that like wet look. So that's what this mascara does. I really like this a lot. I also like Benefit, their Real is really good. And Bad Gal Bang from Benefit's also really good. Maybelline Great Lash is great, $5 at the grocery store. My mom really likes the Princess Lash mascara. It's been all over BuzzFeed. It's only $5 on Amazon. So I think the naming of this is a little much, but the product works, so that's something. A lot of times with the mascara as well, what's different is the brush. The formula isn't actually that different from mascara to mascara. It's the brush that really makes the biggest difference. So if you like a particular mascara and you want to try a less expensive one, try using the brush from the more expensive one and see how that works. So what you want to do is put it at the base and then wiggle and pull up like that. Another thing about mascaras is that you want to be careful with the products you put around your eyes. And so, by the way, I like doing my bottom lashes, little wiggle there. Not everybody has a lot of bottom lashes, that's okay. It also, it gives more of like a doll look, which you might not be going for. So, but at least try to do the top lashes, right? Yes, so you want to be careful with the items you put around your eyes. It's more prone to infection. Your eyes are very sensitive. Everybody's eyes are as humans. And so mascara, it goes bad in 3 to 6 months anyway. So what you can do is if you're part of a beauty box or if you sign up for Sephora's VIB program, which is entirely free, at Sephora you're going to start to earn points. And eventually what you can do is you can turn those points in for different trial sizes of products. And so that's actually how I got this mascara, is this was 100 points and I purchased something on Sephora and this is what I wanted. So you never really have to purchase mascara if you don't want to, because if you can get these little guys, this is gonna last you 3 to 6 months anyway. So you can just throw this out later. You don't need a full-size mascara, really, unless you're applying like a ton of mascara, a ton of coats, or multiple times a day. So now the last thing I'm gonna do for you guys is just put on my lip color. So this is a lip color that I got in my Allure Beauty box, I want to say last month. So this is from Pixi by Petra. It's a lip glow in the color Ruby. And I know this looks really red down here, but you can see the color is a lot more pink. It's a lot more neutral. So this is just, as you can see, it's a nice wash of color. It smells a little minty. I tend to chew off lipsticks, so I like to wear things that it sort of looks like I'm not wearing much, because then when I do chew it off, it doesn't look weird. So anyway, that is my 5-minute makeup tutorial. I do realize we're now at almost 20 minutes, but hopefully the makeup steps will only take you 5. And I really hope this helps somebody out. If there's any makeup questions that you think I can answer for you, please leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. And have a great rest of your day.